Now, it is Thursday, the 11th of May 2023. This is Lookup TV, and you're just in time for Lookup News. And many thanks for joining us. Remember, this bulletin can be watched live across all our social media platforms at Lookup TV on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as YouTube. I am Keitany, and our sign language interpreter is Philista Adundu. First of all, let's have a look at what's making headlines tonight.
Tonight on Lookup News,
we have unanimously endorsed and agreed to the framework agreement, and we are going to share it with you.
A referendum looming. The bipartisan committee say they will not go the presidential order way as they come up with a framework for reforms. Also tonight,
although the various agencies may have performed their duties with diligence, we note that they may have operated in a manner that does not elicit confidence.
Kenya National Commission on Human Rights blames government for making arrests in Shakahola, saying it could scare away survivors. And
mimi mtoto wangu alirepiwa tarehe 17 November 2021. Tangu hiyo wakati nimetembea miaka 2 sijaona matokeo yoyote.
A family in Siaya cries for justice 2 years after their 8-year-old daughter was defiled.
Thank you very much for joining us. We begin our bulletin with politics, and after lengthy consultations on Thursday, the bipartisan committee has unanimously ruled out the implementation of the final report of the committee through an executive order or presidential gazettement. The team, chaired by Rarieda MP Otende Amolo, while setting the nature of the talks, holds that the executive order route may likely suffer the fate of the BBI process that was ruled unconstitutional since President William Ruto is an active participant in the current process. And Ritende kickstarts our bulletin tonight.
After a framework agreement yesterday, the bipartisan committee has today endorsed that framework, which sets in motion the discussions proper on the contentious issues.
We have unanimously endorsed and agreed to the framework agreement, and we are going to share it with you. The framework agreement is the basic document that defines how we operate, what we cover, and all those other issues.
Today, the team met to discuss the nature of talks and the implementation process of the final report of the talks. Before the committee were 3 workable routes to entrench the report in law. The first route being the executive order through presidential gazettement. The second route would see the report go through parliament before being adopted. The third and the final route is the extra-parliamentary one, where a referendum will be called for the report to be adopted through a popular vote. Now the bipartisan team has unanimously ruled out the executive order route.
We have unanimously agreed that we cannot be established or go ahead on the basis of an executive order or presidential gazettement. And there are many reasons for that.
There are valid reasons why this route has been vacated. Key among the reasons is the prospect of the report suffering the fate similar to the BBI process, since President Ruto is actively involved in the current process.
There's contemplation of issues touching on the Constitution, which might well require constitutional amendment. You will remember that the Supreme Court held in the BBI case that no amendment can be initiated at the instance of the President. And for that reason, we recognize that to the extent that some of those issues have been raised by the President in Parliament and also through these talks, then we would stand in danger of negating our work.
The team now agrees to explore the 2 remaining routes, either through Parliament or outside Parliament, where there will be a referendum. The team will meet on Monday to deliberate on these 2 to agree on one. Heated debate is expected then, as the opposition is championing for an out-of-parliament or referendum process, while the government is adamant the parliamentary process is the way to go.
And so we are going to continue on Monday. We will resume our sittings to continue engaging on the other 2 options, and we'll see how far we go. We will then also on Monday discuss the interim measures from both sides that we may require to protect the integrity of our work.
Henry Tende, Lookup TV.
Now, 5 bodies have been exhumed from the Shakahola forest as 2 male adults were rescued in the ongoing Phase 2 exercise in Kilifi County. 25 people have been arrested as 594 families still report missing family members. 14 people have, however, been reunited with their families. Still on matters Shakahola, and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has faulted the government over the Shakahola graves operations, saying that the arrest of people in the forest was scaring or would scare away survivors. Marion Mutugi, a commissioner at the KNHCR, said that the commission will stand with victims of the Paul Mackenzie cult, where people were being subjected to marathon fasting with anticipation to meet Jesus Christ.
Although the various agencies may have performed their duties with diligence, we note that they may have operated in a manner that does not elicit confidence. Of particular note are the restrictions on access to non-state actors such as CSOs, the media, and members of the surrounding community in the identification of graves, exhumation, and identification of bodies at autopsy. We wish to note that it is these same CSOs, members of the community and the media that brought this issue to the fore. We, however, note improvement of this situation that currently is allowing some access, and we encourage continuity to provide transparency and verification of what is happening on the ground and overcome misinformation. More can be done in providing and supplying platforms for access to information, especially to families in tracing their loved ones, providing psychosocial amenities, and communicating the availability and feedback.
A branch of Pastor Ezekiel Odero's New Life International Church in Bungoma was today raided by police as the government cracks down on cultic and unregistered church organizations. As the preacher continues brushing shoulders with the law, the fate of his numerous frozen accounts will be known tomorrow when his case will be heard. Audrey Cherotich now reports.
The respondent shall be admitted to a bond of 3 million shillings with one surety of similar amount or an alternative of cash bail of 1.5 million shillings.
Just a few days after Pastor Ezekiel Odero's release, glaring issues continue to emerge regarding his bank accounts. The investigating team's request to prevent Odero and his accomplices from withdrawing or transferring money from his account for 30 days was granted, and according to court documents, the prosecution accuses the preacher of receiving a large amount of money through fraud and money laundering. At the same time, a look into Ezekiel Odero's bank accounts by the investigation team revealed a link between him and Paul Mackenzie. Cliff Ombeta, Ezekiel's lawyer, termed their relationship as purely financial.
This was a matter that started just with a mere commercial transaction. Pastor Ezekiel was looking for a TV station. He is informed that Mackenzie is selling. He goes to Mackenzie and pays a deposit of 500,000. Mackenzie complicates the situation by asking more than the 3 million that was agreed, by adding other toppings to make it 5 million. Pastor Ezekiel says, no, I'm no longer interested. I can get my own station. That is the end of the communication. all these other stories that they are in business together, they are friends, is just an overheated imagination, nothing else.
The fate of Ezekiel's bank accounts will be known tomorrow when the case will be heard. And as things continue heating up in Ezekiel's turf, a church linked to his Mombasa-based New Life Church in Bungoma County was raided by police officers after a tip from members of the community.
Je, kuna uhusiano? Mwananchi ameuliza kama kuna uhusiano la hili kanisa na kanisa la Pastor Ezekiel wa kule Mombasa. Na tumepata hii kanisa tu ndio imeanza miezi miwili iliyopita, na katika mahojiano yetu na wananchi tumepata kwamba amekodisha tu ardhi hii ili kuweza kuanza maombi hapa.
And as police continue to crack down on rogue and unregistered churches countrywide, the public are also keeping an eye.
Kulingana na vile tunasikiliza taarifa huko nje, tumeona ni vizuri juu tujue kanisa zote zenye zinafunguliwa ni kanisa gani na zinakaa aje.
Audrey Cherotich, Lookup TV.
Thank you very much, Audrey Cherotich. Still on matters religion, Pastor Elliott Okoth, popularly known as Yesu wa Tongaren, was today arraigned in a Bungoma court. Okoth, who had presented himself before Bungoma County Police Commander for the second day for questioning, was escorted to Bungoma High Court, where he insisted on his innocence.
As the government cracks the whip on rogue churches with questionable doctrines, self-proclaimed Messiah Elliott Okoth was today arraigned in a Bungoma court. According to Bungoma County Police Commander Francis Coley, the government is keen on ensuring all religious leaders operate within the confines of the law.
I've considered the application. Virtually the prayer 4 is not opposed, so prayer 4 is granted. However, for the other two remaining prayers, I reserve my ruling for tomorrow at 10 a.m. So in the interim, the accused will remain under the police custody at Bungoma Police Station until tomorrow, that is 12 May at 10 a.m. when I deliver my ruling on the other issues.
Tumeendelea na uchunguzi na makanisa ambazo zipo na pia zile zimeanza kuchipuka kwa kaunti hii yetu. Najua kaunti mbalimbali na polisi wa huko pia wanafanya vile tunafanya hapa.
Okoth had for the second day been summoned by police to be questioned over misleading doctrine in his church and later escorted to Bungoma High Court, where he took plea.
Siwezi kosoa Mungu, siwezi kosoa wakuu wa huku, pia wanatekeleza wajibu wao. Mungu alinipa mwito wa kutangaza habari njema, huo ndio ukweli naonena, na sitawacha kunena huo ukweli. Mimi ni Yesu, na nitahubiri injili vile Mungu alinituma, na nitatenda kazi yake Papa Mungu, jinsi Mungu alivyoniita, na sitarudi nyuma.
The New Jerusalem Church preacher, however, insists that he is Jesus Christ and his doctrine is based on the Bible. Elliott Okoth further reiterated that he is innocent and he does not tolerate crime. David Alex, Lookup TV.
On to a very sad story, and a family in Siaya County is decrying a lengthy court case at the Ukwala Law Courts involving their 8-year-old daughter was defiled by a 68-year-old man in 2021. With the suspect now roaming free, the family now wants, or rather are calling on, the conclusion of the case.
It is pain and agony for the family of Rosemary Auma following a lengthy court case after her 8-year-old daughter was defiled by a 68-year-old man. According to Auma, despite visiting Ukwala Court for the past 2 years to follow up on the case, but up to now, no headway has been made in the case.
Mtoto wangu alirepiwa tarehe 17 November 2021. Tangu hiyo wakati nimetembea miaka 2 sijaona matokeo yoyote. Leo nimekuja ati kesi inaisha na sijaona kama inaisha. Sasa nataka serikali nisaidie.
Siaya County human rights activist Juliet Achieng has called out to Kuala Law Courts, urging the court to take urgent action and deliver judgment promptly.
Right defender in Siaya, we are here standing firm asking for justice of the young lady, 8 years old, lady who was defiled. On several occasions, we started this journey of finding justice. 2021, 17th December, November until to date. We have been in this journey throughout. All the time we come to court to seek for justice, but it seems like justice is being prevailed in Ukwala Court.
The chief executive of Yukahis Empowerment Center, Vincent Ochieng, who has been following the case, stated that he has been witnessing numerous court sessions which have not made much progress.
The case has taken like 2 years. We understand, like now in the statement of the mother of the survivor, she has registered a number of threats that is being issued to her, and I understand that even the child, the survivor, is not safe. So we would really request, and we want also to say that we will remain faithful to now the last date that has been issued.
However, Ukwala Magistrate Lynn Sarapai indicated that she will deliver judgment in a week's time after abrogation report is availed. Innocent Ogaro, Lookup TV.
Quite a sad story over there. Remember, the Sexual Offences Act states that a person who commits an offence of defilement with a child aged 11 or below shall upon conviction be sentenced to life imprisonment. And it's sad that 2 years later, justice is yet to be served. We hope that the courts will serve justice as soon as possible. On that note, we take a short breather. We'll be back with more news on this particular bulletin. Don't go away.
Hey darling, are we still on for a coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt, it's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
We as Novena United Circle are a society that is able to provide a platform for business startups by providing financial aid to members and creating a platform to accumulate their savings. We look for small business entrepreneurs who are starting a business venture and provide the best opportunity to expand our business niche and turn it into something big. For more information, call us on 0768 757 956 or WhatsApp us on 0734 832 430. Novena United Circle. Tuungane pamoja.
Why Malindi? Any idea why the A-list celebrities, politicians choose Malindi as a destination? Is it the sandy, spotless white beaches, the rhythmic, relaxing oceanic waves, or is it the great potential investment opportunity that Malindi has to offer? Borderlands, we are here with a variety of projects from as low as 99,000 shillings. You get an eighth of an acre with ready title deeds. Book your plot today with only 35,000 shillings and get a free return air ticket. Be the next investor in Malindi with Borderlands. Call us now on 0740 888 111 or 0740 888 222. Borderlands. We promise, we deliver. Why wait? Twende Malindi.
Michezo na wachezaji, matukio na matokeo uwanjani. Tumejifunga kibwebwe kukuletea mbwembwe. si mazungumzo ya kusisimua. Ndiyo maana safu ya spoti ipo hapa kwa ajili yako. ZFC! Nami hapa nahodha Robert Chacha, sisuisui na kuandalia kipindi bomba cha safu ya spoti kila siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 7:30 ndani ya runinga nambari 1 ya michezo Lookup TV.
Welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. Still on to murder issues and the key suspects in the murder of businesswoman Monica Kimani, journalist Jackie Maribe and Joey Irungu have denied any involvement in the murder. Appearing before Justice Grace Nzioka, the duo denied knowing Kimani until her demise was broadcasted on TV.
4 years, 6 months after the murder of 29-year-old businesswoman Monica Kimani at her home in Lamuria Gardens, Kilimani, the case is making headway.
The whole truth? The whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Key suspects, ex-Citizen TV anchor Jackie Maribe and her ex-fiancé Joey Irungu, today while appearing before a Nairobi court, denied any involvement in the murder of the slain businesswoman.
Maybe the investigating officer also alleged that I participated and witnessed burning of clothes outside my residence in Royal Park. I wish to clarify this is unfounded and untrue. The area in question is a public tenancy area. And I did not participate in any burning of anything, neither on the 19th, 20th or any other day.
The duo also denied knowing Monica Kimani until her brutal murder grabbed headlines late in 2018.
I did not know Monica Nyawera Kimani. I had never met her. I had never communicated with her. I had never discussed or had any discussion with the first accused or anyone else concerning Monica Nyawera.
Maribe narrated to the court her whereabouts on the day of the murder, as Irungu denied ownership of the gun found in his house, admitting lying to detectives on the ownership, insisting that the gun belonged to his friend Brian Kasaine.
Instead of us having to say that the gun went off and it's Brian who had left it in the house or had given me to put it in the house, Brian gave us a narrative that, or gave me a narrative that the gun that he had acquired, he did not acquire it rightly. So if we go to the cops and we say it went off and the gun was not acquired rightfully, he will be arrested. So when he came up with that narrative, I just had to go with it.
What is the narrative you are talking about?
The narrative was of thugs attacking me so that the gun would not be found or his gun would not be found.
The two appeared before Justice Grace Nzioka after it was ruled that they had a case to answer. Monica Kimani was murdered after returning from Juba, South Sudan, with the case scheduled for mentioning on 26th of June this year.
That particular story produced by Nancy Nelima. Now on to matters security, and as Kenya seeks to enhance security with banditry and terrorism amid a concern, the Kenya-Somalia-Ethiopia Borderlands project was launched today with the 3 neighboring countries seeking to use it to promote joint peace and stability in the region. In a high-level meeting, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki said the project will help the country in fighting the pressing insecurity in the North Rift regions.
We encourage local administrative units to support inter-community integration. Cultivation of unity and trust must be people-centered for ownership. This will contribute to sustainable peace. While we are making strides in ending the terrorism menace, we must do more on states, especially in empowering the youth to prevent resurgency, education, vocational training and mentorship of young people is key in job creation and exposing the youth to innovation and entrepreneurship. This again calls for partnership. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the government and the people of Kenya, I welcome wholeheartedly this project and look forward to its successful implementation in Kenya. And once more thank the British government through the High Commissioner, Her Excellency Jane Marriott, for their commitment and concern and friendship in helping us to achieve sustainable peace among our borders and within our region.
I've had significant threats related to terrorism in this area and other serious crimes. For that reason, the programs that we run here as government and governments must be alive to the sensitivities and the complexities of the issues here.
Point of your three fantastic and beautiful countries, because you don't just share a common border. Your communities living together are bound by a shared history and a shared destiny. You have numerous challenges together: drought, resource conflicts, armed proliferation, terrorism. But you also have so much that is good and positive together, and it is that we want this program to help bring on.
Azimio leader Raila Odinga has called out President William Ruto for neglecting projects in the Nyanza region. Raila was on a food donation exercise in Ahero, castigated Ruto for ignoring development projects in many parts of the country.
There are 12 dams currently in the current budget. Sonda Murray is not one of them. You understand? Why? Because Mr. Gachagua said that Mr. Gachagua has said that the Kenya Kwanza government is a corporation, is a company where you must have shares. There are those with more shares, and those with very few shares, and others with no shares. The people from this region have no shares in Kenya Kwanza. This is part of the fact that the people of this region also pay taxes. You pay taxes here in order to create cost development in other parts of the country. The question that we want to ask, what are we doing in Kenya? The people of this area say they do not want to be overtaxed because they are poor. They are poor and they want their children to go to school. They also want to be entitled to medical services like other Kenyans. It's all here. It's all here.
On to matters energy, and the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury and Planning, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, has termed the government framework on importation of petroleum products as an innovative solution that will ensure stability and prediction of fuel prices. Njuguna says the framework is budget neutral and the government will not interfere with the retail market.
The pump price is today more impacted not by the Platts prices, which have been coming down or going up, but more by the volatility of the shilling, which went all the way to 147. So to the extent that the pump price is converted using the dollar price of the month, we will really remove that disadvantage by stabilizing our shilling against the dollar, by removing that pressure on the dollar due to what was happening. Inflation in the US because post-COVID and the money they issue to the economy and the tightening of the monetary policy which is happening now. And why should that impact on us? We didn't print any money. So we are correcting that, and it's a temporary measure. Like Waziri said, by the end of this period, we should almost be able to go back to OTS. We have reestablished the interbank trading, and if we are strengthening like the shilling is strengthening today, we should be able to leave the market to the oil marketing companies where they have done very well, except that we needed this intervention because of the post-COVID Ukraine challenge and the inflation that I talk about.
Kenya has the lowest VAT in the region. Other countries have much higher than 16%. Even though we have an ambition of trying to make sure that we rationalize all taxes in the future, in the coming future, after massive studies have been covered to show how the market structure is working, we still are conscious about what the East African region is doing. We have to encourage them to follow us in terms of rationalizing taxes.
That's the one, that side. That side.
On to matters of business, and the local small and medium enterprises sector has received a boost courtesy of a partnership between NCBA Bank and Strathmore School of Business that seeks to provide financial support and resources to businesses in the country. Juliet Chepkoech with the details.
Speaking during the signing of the deal, Caesar Mwangi, the Dean of Students at Strathmore University, indicated that the Entrepreneurship Development Program is set to focus on employment and business opportunities for the youth through servicing their business needs through provision of resources and easy accessing to financing.
Partnership brings together our institutional capacity to develop entrepreneurs. As they grow, NCBA is then going to be able to service their needs. They will grow more, and there are certain indicators we are looking out for. The growth of those businesses, the employment they will generate, and increased access to finance. NCBA Group Director Tyrus Muthinga added that through the program, the enterprises will be able to stretch their market reach by being equipped with more skills, creating important connections, and exposed to other business environments.
Later on in August, we'll be sending up to about 100 customers through a partnership that we have with the Turkish Africa Business Association to a very large expo that will be happening in Istanbul to give them exposure to markets in Europe, in the rest of Africa, and even other parts of Europe and the world. And the idea here is to expand horizons, as I said. An SME often has dreams about growing to other parts of Kenya, to other parts of Africa. Platforms and exposures like this create opportunities for them to see how other people are doing businesses, technologies they can buy, connections that they can create, new markets that they can explore. However,
SMEs constitute about 98% of all businesses in Kenya, while contributing about 3% to the country's GDP. Juliet Chepkoech, Lookup News.
On to matters of sports, and KCB has heightened preparations ahead of the FKF Premier League clash against Sofapaka slated for May 15th at the Kasarani Annex. The Bankers will have to cope with the absence of Brian Ochieng, who has accumulated 5 yellow cards and is suspended for the encounter. Captain Michael Mutinda is also out after an injury in a match against Tusker FC 2 weeks ago.
As well, as you can see, the players are psyched up. We have been having a very good weather for training, so yeah, we are okay. Of course, we have options in the midfield. It's just very unfortunate to be missing one player in Ochieng, who accumulated 5 yellow cards. But of course, we have options, and we can always rotate players in 1 or 2 positions.
Gor Mahia coach Jonathan McKinstry, leading top scorer Benson Omala, and AFC Leopards coach Patrick Oisems have expressed confidence ahead of the Mashemeji Derby taking place on Sunday at the Nyayo National Stadium. Gor Mahia are the current league leaders with 63 points from 29 matches.
Yeah, look, we knew it was going to be an incredibly difficult match, and when the top 2 in the league come head-to-head, you're not going to get anything different than an extremely tight and highly contested match. And so, you know, it was a game that we felt, look, it's hard. This field is not the most conducive to total football. I think everyone knows that. And Zoya do fantastically well on it. And we had to come here and we had to match them. I thought it was a game we could have won. Even at the end there, you see little Boniface Omondi had a great chance and really maybe should at least hit the target. I thought it was a game we could have won today, but equally we didn't lose it. And, you know, a lot of teams here, obviously, in Zoya haven't lost a single game here this season. And so to come away a little bit disappointed that we maybe didn't take the 3 points. But even then, I think it's sort of 60-40. It wasn't the sense that we 100% deserved the 3 points. It was maybe 70-30, 60-40. But, you know, when you're playing your nearest rivals in the league and you maintain that gap in an away game, I think that's the key.
Remember, tonight is the Europa League semi-finals. Yesterday, the Milan derby, one of the other semi-finals in the Champions League, ended in a 2-0 win in favor of course, Inter